Hello and welcome back. In today's video, I'm here to give you some transfer news. Yes, that's correct. Even more transfer news. But this time, it's Luton potentially selling some players. Not one, but two. It came out today by a Swedish journalist who's got over 60k followers online. And he's posted that Lamine Fanne could be leaving the football club, and also Mads Andersen. Now, I couldn't get any more information from the article because it's behind a paywall. But in today's video, I'm going to talk about the two players that might be leaving the football club. Before I do, can we smash that like button, guys? And also let me know your thoughts down in the video comments on Lamine Fanne and also Mads Andersen potentially leaving the football club. So let's talk about Lamine Fanne first. So we signed him for a reported fee of 4 to 5 million euros from AIK in Sweden. We signed him during the summer transfer window, but we said he could stay on loan at AIK until the end of the season. The way the Swedish league works, they play through the summer, so it made sense for him to continue the season with them. And then from the January transfer window, so from the start of the 2025 year, he can come and play for us and feature in the second half of the championship season, which he ended up doing. He featured 12 times in the second half of the year, starting 6 games. Now, it was reported that La Liga clubs are looking at Lamine Fanne. Now, I don't really know what to make of it, because from what we've seen, he hasn't looked great, and that's just being honest. Yes, he hasn't really had a consecutive run in the side. He also, I don't think, has played in his correct position. Now, from my understanding, we signed a defensive midfielder. Now, in that first game against QPR, which was under Rob Edwards, he was playing as a number 10. And I remember seeing like AIK fans in the replies to our posts going, why on earth are you playing Lamin as a number 10? He's a defensive midfielder. So straight away, there were concerns. And we haven't really found out what his best position is. And he's looked okay in certain moments. He does have that athletic ability. He does appear to be a really good passer on the ball. But overall, it hasn't been great. Of course, Luton, we haven't performed in the second half of the season. And the season was poor itself. So that might be a little bit harsh to judge him. But if you compare him to Christ Makosso, he's done a fantastic job since coming to the football club. So what's Fane's excuse for not performing? So yeah, it hasn't been great, but I would have thought next season would have been the year to properly judge Fane and what he could do in the third division of English football. But realistically, if La Liga clubs are looking at you, you're not going to play third division of English football. You are going to leave. And I'm not against him leaving the football club, as one, as long as we get our money back, and two, put a percentage clause in the deal. So if he goes to Spain and does amazing, then at least we get some money back if he does go and move on again. He's still young, he's 21 years old, he still might have a bright future ahead of him. But yeah, I find it quite interesting that there's clubs looking at him, considering he wasn't that great in the second half of the championship season. But they might see something which we're not quite seeing as supporters. If he does leave, this gives the opportunity to Matt Bloomfield to bring another player to the football club, especially in the midfield. I have spoken about how our midfield at the club is very stacked. We've got Nakamba, Baptiste, Walsh, Clark, Asgard, Fane, Zach Nelson. So realistically, I don't see us actually signing midfielders in this upcoming summer window unless we sell some players. And Lamine Fanne might be one of the players we let go in this window. But I do want to see more of him. But at the same time, I won't be disappointed to see him go unless we get the money back from what we originally spent on him. So he was the first player that was reported today that could be leaving the football club by this Swedish journalist online. The second player was Mads Andersen, 27 years old. He's only featured 19 times over the 2 seasons. Injuries have basically ruined his career at Luton. At the time when we signed him, Barnsley fans they rated him so highly. They can't believe what's actually happened to Andersen since leaving the football club. They can't believe it. And they would love to have him back. They would take him back in a heartbeat. But what we've seen, isn't good enough, and I haven't been impressed with him. The injuries have killed him, and when we've needed defenders fit and available, he just hasn't been available. And then when he has come back into the side, especially in the Championship, he looks nowhere near the level, and that's the biggest concern. So I do think, it's the right time to let him go, and if we can get some money back for him, then amazing. But I wouldn't be too greedy and ask him for lots of money. If they give us an okay offer, just take it. I've already spoken about a few times in my videos about how I think Matt Bloomfield is going to change the formation for next season in League One. I think he's going to go from 3 centre-backs to a back 4. So that means we don't need as many centre-backs at the club. And if you look at the list of centre-backs, Mads Andersen isn't at the top of that list. So if we can get rid of him, then happy days. The club that's been reported to be looking at him is Malmo. They are one of the best sides in Sweden. So yeah, look, if they give us a decent fee, I would say yes. And realistically, transfers, you're not going to get every transfer right. Not every transfer is going to work out. On paper, this looked like a good signing. Literally, just ask Barnsley fans how good of a player he was. But at Luton, it just hasn't worked out. And as he turns 28 this year, that's a prime age for a defender. I think it's the right time for both parties to say goodbye. This then also gives Matt Bloomfield an opportunity to strengthen in a different area, because we've allowed a player over the age of 22 to leave the football club. So those are my thoughts on both players potentially leaving the football club. I wouldn't be gutted if both players left. Fane, I would have liked to see more of him in a Luton shirt before actually judging him. But yeah, I do think it's the right time for Mads Andersen to also leave. So look, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the video comments. Of course, these are just reported rumours by a journalist who's quite well established. He's got 60k followers, so he must have some inside information. Otherwise, why would he post it? But that's it at this moment in time. Of course, if it does get made official, I might make another video on it. But I'm sure these won't be the only players that might leave the football club in the upcoming weeks and months. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. Smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.